conspired to break numerous laws. And this is not the first time, by the way. This email business, her server. I mean, the intent. Comey was even asked about, didn't you find any intent in her having an offsite server? Didn't you find any intent in her setting up a server offsite? Didn't you find any intent? And she lied about only having one device. He said, well, no, I found convenience. She just wanted a more convenient setup. She found out that her husband had a server in the basement of their home and decided to use that. But Trey Gowdy, his point was that Hillary Clinton's not been careless at all, that she has been extremely careful. So we are up to audio soundbite number 4. And Gowdy starts out by saying, look, I'm gonna ask you to put on your old hat. Meaning, I want to take you back to where you're in the Department of Justice. You're not the FBI director, and you're a prosecutor. False exculpatory statements, they are used for what?
Either for the substantive prosecution or for evidence of intent in a criminal prosecution.
Exactly. Intent and consciousness of guilt, right? Is that right?
Right.
Consciousness of guilt and intent. In your old job, you would prove intent, as you just referenced, by showing the jury evidence of a complex scheme that was designed for the very purpose of concealing the public record. And you would be arguing, in addition to concealment, the destruction that you and I just talked about, or certainly the failure to preserve. You would argue all of that under the heading of intent. You would also be arguing the pervasiveness of the scheme, when it started, when it ended, and the number of emails, whether they were originally classified or unclassified. You would argue all of that under the heading of intent.
So Gowdy is walking everybody through. Look, Comey's answer to this was to not acknowledge any of this. But what Gowdy is doing, his audience is not Comey. His audience is us. His audience is the American people. His audience is social media. His audience is the drive-by media. Anybody wants to pick this up. Because this is really good what he did here. Because Comey says there wasn't intent. We can't find any intent. And Gowdy walks him through how in his old job as a